So there's so many things to take into account when you're transitioning a racehorse to off-track life, but one of the most important things to pay attention to is how you manage their feet. So this guy has been off the track for about 10 days now, and there's 3 big things that I am thinking about with him and that I really recommend thinking about for every horse. 1, never pull all 4 shoes off at the same time. That whole idea of pull the shoes and kick them out, all it does is help their feet to break up a lot faster and worse and just make them body sore. So I like to pull them off incrementally. I like to take the back shoes off first, and then I let them get used to having those hind shoes off for a couple weeks or even a couple months before I then either pull the front shoes off if they're going to be transitioning into a rehab kind of situation or even a broodmare. This guy's going straight into work, so I'm leaving those front shoes on. The second thing is pick and paint their feet. So I like to paint their feet with sole paint. I like to do all 4 feet, not the frogs, just the soles. And that really just helps to make them tougher and more resilient, and really helps as they're transitioning to turnout and they're on all this uneven ground. I also like to paint the outsides of their hoof balls with a hoof hardener. I like Keratex, but there's a ton of good products out there. And that just helps them not to break up and crumble as much and protects them from all this extra moisture they're dealing with in the environment off the track. And then the third thing is if they do lose a shoe, especially in the front, you want to pack that hoof. You can do a betadine pack. I like to do that because if they get any kind of puncture, stone bruise, anything like that, it'll help to either prevent an abscess or lessen the severity of an abscess. But even just using a dry pack on a foot when they've lost that shoe, it'll help protect the hoof from falling apart and give your farrier more to work with when they come to put the shoe back on. The name of the game of taking care of their feet is patience. It takes 6 to 12 months for their feet to grow fully out top to bottom. So if you do these little incremental things every day and just pay proper attention to how you're managing them in those first days and weeks and months off the track, you'll really do so much for their long-term soundness and comfort.